production.
Mr. Gibbous?
What?
I have Philip here.
What happened?
Well, Philip had a tough time in recess. We have to come in and problem solve and talk about...
Oh, I'm so sorry!
What happened, Philip?
Well, hold on, let me just go under this table. Okay. Well, I have problems.
You have problems.
Yes! Everyone...
Let me find out from Mr. Allen what really happened.
No, that will not be necessary.
I think I need to find...
And
Philip?
have a
Philip?
tropical beverage.
Shh.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
So at recess today, Philip was trying to play a game. Unfortunately, it was not one of the choices that we have laid out for them.
It was better than the choices.
Okay, wait.
Okay. So from our understanding, it was some sort of game that Philip created.
Okay.
I believe the other kids did not know what they were doing. And Philip was very upset because they weren't doing what he thought was...
That when we create games, everyone has to know the rules on how to play the game.
Oh.
Because if they don't know how to play, they're going to get into a conflict.
What's conflict?
Well, a conflict is when one or more people don't agree on something, so they have to come up with a resolution to try to solve that problem. Have you ever had a conflict at recess?
I've had many.
And you tend to get in more conflicts when you don't know all the facts or know all the rules to the game.
But why do I need to know the facts?
Well, Mr. Allen, why do you think he needs to know the facts outside?
Well, you need to know the facts to make sure that you're going to play safely and have fun with your other classmates.
Yes.
Okay, if you don't know the facts, you don't know that that's not going to be an option for you. So you need to make sure you have fun by doing that.
Do you think Philip can tell us all 4 expectations?
I hope so.
Be a lion?
No, that's not one.
Let's see
Oh, I'm having a rough day. Okay.
I know you're having a rough day.
Be respectful.
Be respectful.
Be respectful.
Be responsive. Responsible.
Be responsible.
Yeah, you got it.
Be the safety dance from the 80s.
No.
You're close.
Be safe.
Just be
safe.
safe.
Be
Correct.
safe.
Correct.
Yes,
And the
yes,
most
yes.
important one is be
a problem for Mr. Gibbous.
No. Be a problem.
Problem solver.
Yes, be a problem solver. And that's where the conflict resolution comes into place. And when we talk about resolution, that means kind of resolving something. So that's what we're talking about for our next Cool Tool lesson is problem solving resolutions.
Okay, cool. But what kind of tools would I use to solve problems? That sounds too hard.
Here's the thing. There's several different types of rules that you can use.
There's several swans of swimming?
There's several swans of swimming, but there's also several types of resolution.
Okay.
We can't go through all of them, but I'm going to give you just a couple.
Okay, give me a few.
One of the ones that I like is like sharing.
Sharing?
Yeah, I think that's good. So like if something happens at recess, you get your way one time, someone else might get their way the next time.
Oh.
You get your way one time, someone else might get their way the next time. That also kind of ties in with taking turns.
Okay.
And also coming up with a compromise.
Yeah.
So Mr. Allen, what does that mean, coming up
when
with a
you compromise, you want to make sure that everyone's opinion is heard. So if you're going to play an activity, maybe you compromise by doing it their way for a little bit, and then you can do it your way towards the end. Or maybe part of the activity's you, then part of it's your way, but you gotta make sure you have that compromise of ideas.
And we figured this out in the Foursquare, right, Mr.
Yes,
Allen?
we
What do
did.
we do for Foursquare when something happens like that?
When we compromise in Foursquare, we usually have a vote where all the students at the Foursquare will vote if the ball was in or was out, and then the majority rules the activity.
Yeah.
So if the majority thinks that the ball was out, then they move on with that rule.
And that's helped with a lot of conflict.
It really has. It really has.
There's still a couple kids that get frustrated because they're out, but they understand the rules, and that's about knowing the facts, getting back to knowing the facts.
Of course.
Now, one of the things, I'm going to just share a story from when I was a little boy, okay? I used to walk to school. No, I'm kidding.
Powdered wigs and the Civil War.
Yes. All of that stuff that I had to worry about. So when I walked to school, I used to have bullies that used to make fun of me.
Oh,
and one
isn't somebody repeatedly being mean to you?
Repeatedly, correct. Correct. Thank you for clarifying that, Philip, because that is the definition of a bullying when somebody does it over and over and over again. And I did have, a couple of kids that were bullying me, that they would find me on the playground or after school, and they would continue bullying me. One of my favorite things to do, though, was using humor. Because you would...
Sorry, I defer. Continue.
Very much like that, okay? It's like you... I don't have to edit this part out. No, I understand. You completely threw me off here.
No, it's okay. I know sometimes I throw you off. Keep
Sure,
going.
no. But using humor really helps diffuse the situation. Like, I would have people come up to me and go, "Goodness, you're such a loser." And I would just kind of look at them and go, "You know what? You're right. I am a loser." And they had nowhere to go with that. And I kind of made fun of myself sometimes. And it still didn't make me feel good, but it diffused the situation a lot of the time. Because people were like, well, I don't know how to tease him if he thinks that he's going to be mean to himself. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
So sometimes
cool.
that works. But these are the three things that we really focus on here at Westmore. We use the phrase stop.
Stop! In
Walk.
the name of love.
No,
Okay.
stop,
Stop.
walk,
Walking.
talk.
Talking.
Okay, you know what that means?
Sat.
Nope. It means that if you have a problem, you can ask that person, stop. Can you please stop doing that? That's really bothering me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing you can do. If they continue to do it, the second thing is walk. You know what? I don't like this game. I'm going to walk away from it. Okay? The third thing is that if it really gets heated, you can talk to a teacher or a supervisor outside at recess.
And they will definitely help you.
And they will. Because this is a supervisor outside. Mr. L is
You
a
got
supervisor.
it. So is
You can
Mr.
talk to him.
Prosek, Mrs. Moran,
Yes.
and
you
anyone
should go to
else.
Mrs.
Yeah,
Moran
you
first.
might-
She has more experience.
Yeah,
probably.
we probably don't want to fire
Yeah.
Mr. Prosek.
Mm.
Yeah, you should probably just let him relax.
Yeah, he likes to relax out there. Okay, so let's go back and do what do you call it? A recap? Recap. Let's do a recap. So what is a conflict?
Conflict is when you have problem with another, like 2 or more peoples or lions.
Correct.
You
2 or
got
more
it.
peoples or lions. And what do we need to make sure we have all of the what?
The facts.
Yeah, we need to make sure we have all the
facts.
facts. If we have 0 facts, what's going to happen?
You have 0 clarity.
Yeah, we have no
right.
idea what's going to happen. So if you invented a game that you only know the rules to,
Yes.
aren't you going to get frustrated when kids aren't following?
Apparently that's what happened to me.
That's what happened today, right? And then we need to come up with some of the tools that we created. Some of the tools are taking turns, right?
Turns and
Sharing,
Sharing,
compromising,
compromising,
compost,
using
going up-
humor,
Humor.
and then let's say it together.
Stop,
walk, talk.
Talk.
Can you remember those?
Sweat.
Yes.
Just remember sweat.
Sweat.
Stop, walk, talk.
You got it.
Sweet. Well, remember that. Remember that, kids. Sweet.
Remember it.
Sweat.
All right, Philip. I'm going to send you out. I
Okay.
think what we're going to do tomorrow, because Mr. Allen brought you to my office, is I think you need to stay in for recess tomorrow.
No.
You
But
have to.
I love recesses.
I know you do, but you have to also accept the consequences of your actions, and you did not follow the expectations outside today, so you're going to have to
Absolutely.
stay in tomorrow for recess.
Okay, bye.
Hey, listen, wait, before you leave,
Oh,
I want to tell you this.
yes.
We all make mistakes. That doesn't mean that I like you any less. I still like you.
I love it when you touch my mane. It feels tickly.
All right? So that doesn't mean that I love you any less.
No,
You just need
thanks.
to continue practicing the expectations.
Okay, I love you too, Mr. Gibson.
I'm out.
Ah!
I'm out. I'm out.
Bye.
All right. See you later, dude.
See you.